All right, welcome everyone. This is the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Falindrith. I am joined by bmeduho tonight, and we have a matchup in the B West division between Systematic and Roll1 Esports. We are actually just about ready to get into draft, so I think we're just gonna go get in there. And while we do it, bmeduho, just tell us a bit about yourself and give a little intro as we get this whole game started.
I'm bmeduho, also known as bmed. I play for MHS Tigers in Div D East, and I'm their solo laner and worker. Yeah, that's about it.
Cool. Well, glad to have you here. All right, so in this matchup, we have Roll1 on the left and Systematic on the right. This is a matchup between the 9th place Systematic and the 6th place Roll1 Esports right now. We don't, they've only played a few times, so we're still kind of figuring out where all the teams stand and what their favorite strategies are. And we're going to start off, it looks like, with a first ban on Stukov, which is fairly common in this division. We'll see if they lock that one in.
Isn't Stukov's one of the most meta healers right now, isn't he?
Yeah, so NGS favors Stukov a lot, and like interestingly enough, he doesn't see too much success in Division B right now. I think he's sitting around like 43% as of the most recent stats. But he's definitely in the right hands, like a very disruptive support.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that with those silence pulls and the root at level 13.
13, yeah, it's at 13. Yeah, he's definitely, especially on shrines, right? I mean, you played on it. Uh,
Yeah.
it's definitely one of those things where you just don't really want to deal with his silence pool and the potential to get like picks around that shrine. So I can definitely see, why Roll1 is, banning that out.
And the Phoenix ban.
Phoenix, yeah.
That's pretty much expected at this point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Instant first pick Garrosh. Garrosh is pretty strong in the meta right now. Um, doesn't really reveal too much about what they're thinking. A nice solid first pick. Um, the,
It,
insta-lock is a little playing some mind games there, but
they definitely want. I mean, I know this is kind of early to guess at the draft, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna want somebody that can burst down somebody like Garrosh throws into the team at the very least.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they went into like a mouth and like some burst damage, Jaina maybe, maybe even a Kael'thas if they're feeling like it. Okay, mouth is taken away, so good by Systematic to realize that that is uh one of the easier combos to land. Malfurion also one of the meta supports right now. What else do you think they're gonna pick up here with the mouth as their second pick?
I, as a second pick, I'd really. Oh, that's kind of gets ahead of me. But Diablo's really good on this map because of all the walls and his ability to like damage people based off their max health if he rams them into walls and stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. Lord of Terror, definitely frightening on this map. There are a ton of walls around the shrine, as you said, to just kind of bully people into. Malf also with Diablo can set up a lot of combos for their team. So we'll see if they want to do, like a heavily wombo combo based team, or if they just don't know. All right, Roll1 picking up Malthael and Greymane. Some solid damage dealers. Malthael looks like probably for Diablo, and I think Greymane is one of Roll1's more, I guess, comfort picks. They have played Greymane in all of their past 4 games to pretty good success. So, nice pickup there.
Hanzo has really good clear on the shrine to my memory, and so that's a good thing that they ban him. So that because they still need a damage dealer on systematic side. So
Mhm. Yeah, Systematic's going to pick up a damage dealer, or two, probably two, judging by how the
probably.
current by the current meta. Sonya, that's a pretty popular pick in this division specifically. What damage do you think they're gonna pick up with that?
Well, Greyman's already taken. So Tracer could be paired well with the mouth, but I'm not really expecting to see a Tracer right now because of how Greymane can very quickly and easily kill her.
Hmm.
But it's probably something that can pair well with mouth and probably set up for Diablo in some way.
Mhm. Yeah, it's still a pretty like chunky team there.
Opponent.
Oh yeah, I wonder if they'll Maev maybe. All right, they're gonna go with
Ooh,
Gul'dan.
that would actually, yeah, Maiev and Diablo are really good too.
It's a,
And with mouth silence.
mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of fun combos. There's a game I saw recently in NGS where I think there is a Maiev based wombo combo that involved Ring of Frost, the Prison, Apocalypse, just all sorts of things that you would put into that AoE. So definitely a possibility. Um, It looks like they have their range sustained damage, so I'd expect for them to pick up, like some more burst. Sonya kind of fulfills the role of, that melee bruiser, so it's kind of they can flex that DPS pick around quite a bit. On the side of Roll1, we're still looking for them to pick up a support and probably a second tank. They could do maybe with a Oh, okay, they're gonna go with Junkrat. A lot of good disruption there for Diablo and Sonya when they come in. Well placed, displacement mines and traps can stop a lot of the engage from happening on the side of Roll1.
I shall do what I must.
Alex never a bad pick on this map, as long as they don't go like Chromie or Jaina, which they still could. But if they don't go Chromie or Jaina, then Alex is probably going to stay a very good pick for this team.
Yeah, Alex is Alex is so much fun, just in general, but especially on Infernal Shrines. Using Dragon Queen gives you a huge advantage to kind of make sure that the fight goes your way over those shrines.
I'm really hoping we see a Jaina or Chromie now, though, from their side, because that would really help counter the Alex, and then
Yeah.
she won't be able to heal as much.
I think that's definitely a possibility. Double mage is typically not something that you see, but looking at Roll1, they don't really have much in the way of spell shields particularly. So, I think Systematic is well positioned to go for a burst mage if they want. They go for burst, but melee this time with an Alarak. So Alarak is definitely one of the more annoying people to play against. And I think that's actually,
Especially if you
yeah,
balances.
I think that's actually a pretty good pick too, because you get a lot of displacement, which means that Alex is going to have a lot harder time to land her heals. So
Oh, yeah, he can just push people out of the heals.
yes, definitely. So it'll be something that Roll1 has to look out for as they go into this match, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Who do you think came out? Whose draft do you like better? bmed, what do you think?
I like the Malthael against the Diablo and the Sonya, especially the Malthael against the Sonya and the solo lane.
Mhm.
But personally, I like the entirety of Systematic draft better.
Yeah, I think Systematic overall has it looks like a pretty standard comp for Infernal Shrines. My concern always, I guess, whenever I see like a Junkrat is there's a lot of just kind of sustained damage on the side of Roll1. So my concern is always whether or not they're going to be able to confirm those kills. Anyway, we are getting into game, and I'm going to introduce the left side. On the left side, we have the blue team, Roll1 Esports. We have Newborn Matt playing Garrosh, Big Beard playing Junkrat, Toffs playing Greymane, Velvet playing Alexstrasza, and Zad on Malthael. Go ahead and introduce the red team for us, bmed.
We have Inso on Gul'dan. We have Teabag me on Sonya. We have ER Chilton on 39 on Alarak. We have J Nuts on Diablo, and we have Mitsuki on Malfurion, all playing for Systematic.
Cool. All right. So teams are just kind of moving over to the mid lane, just kind of doing their standard poke at each other and heal everyone out. Doesn't look like either team is being too aggressive here. Like Diablo's setting up for picks. Chilton in the bot lane, just kind of see if anyone's moving down there. Sonya's already in the bot lane, so it's going to be a small extra wave. The land gets thrown by Garrosh. He can make it out. Grenades from Junkrat, almost enough, but heals from Maltharion, keeping Gul'dan from going down.
Malthael heading down to Sonya. This should, as long as Malthael should win this matchup. It's mostly a skill matchup, but if they're of similar skill, then Malthael usually wins this matchup.
Okay, looks like we have a DC. It is on the players. Pause. Right, so it looks like we have a rotation up to the top on the side of Systematic. Looks like they're just going to kind of rotate. Typically the rotation is between mid lane and bot lane. Looks like they're opting to do a rotation between the mid and top lane. They definitely have enough wave clear for that. You know, with Gul'dan being able to clear the minion wave, and just, you know, I think, you know, Grayman can heal, or not heal, can do a lot of damage with his cocktail build, but, you know, the wave clear is definitely on the side of Systematic for these early rotations.
And Sonya's already on that camp, which will be a good head start for getting. Well, no, she's already missing
She
that
stopped
wave.
though, yeah.
Bot,
So it looks like Sonya got scared that because she didn't know where, you know, blue team was, like this right now. So Sonya gets tossed by Garage. The body blocks are coming in. It might be enough to get her, maybe with the cocktail.
Oh.
Yeah, nice work by Roll1 to scout out Sonya taking that camp. It's one of those things where it's just like if Sonya gets caught out alone, she doesn't have too many ways to escape right now. Little unfortunate that camp was already like mostly done by Sonya, so Roll1's gonna, you know, roll on in and take that.
It's, I mean, to give her props, at least she was able to realize that she was about to get ganked. But it was sad that she.
Yeah. In the mid lane, Alarak goes down to another, you know, well done gank. I think it was probably a Garrosh toss. I missed the beginning of it. Sorry, guys. But, you know, just Garrosh is really good at getting these early game picks, which has given them, you know, Roll1 now has a over 1 level lead for this first altar. So that is going to be huge going into this first shrine phase. Sorry, just a few quick notes on talents. Alex Strauser is going into the stacking regen globe. Looks like we have Garrosh with Warbreaker. Gonna stop talking about that real quick because Maldiel is in trouble. He goes down. Systematic getting their first kill of the game in return there.
I want to say on the note of the talents, actually, there's not much surprising besides Diablo's level 1 that I've noticed.
Okay, yeah, tell us about that level 1.
Usually Diablo ends up going Devil's Due, which increases healing from gen globes.
Garrosh gets bodied. Went in for a toss, but it looked like he was not able to, you know, get a pick, and instead gets blocked by Diablo, who just barely survives. The score of the Shrine Monkeys are even, 28-26. We'll see. Looks like, I think, yeah, Dragon Queen is going to be used, and Diablo goes in for the charge. Alex has some great knockback. Like Diablo's caught on the wrong side. Alex, that damage over time is going to take her down as well. And it looks like yeah, Systematic. Nice job there. Just being able to like kind of deal with the threat of Alex. Basically, just immediately going in and just throwing Alex around before any of the big heals go on. Very cool. So Systematic will pick up a Frozen Punisher, and it looks like what they're going to do is try to make up some of this XP that they lost and have people in the top lane. Alex going to the mid lane. Yeah, so this is good. Systematic, knowing that they're slightly behind in XP, are going to go for the Stoke in all of the lanes. Roll1 also kind of doing the same, making sure that they don't lose out too much from this Punisher. So great work by both teams to make sure that they stay even in XP. Diablo gets a pick on Malfiel. It doesn't look like too much is going to happen there. Furion gets pulled, thrown back. And it looks like Malfiel is going to be able to take him down. Okay, Garrett's continuing the chase to see if they can get more out of this. I think they can. Looks like Malfiel is focusing on the tanks, just kind of shredding those high health pools down.
And it looks like they're going to go for the bottom camp after taking control of bot lane.
Yeah, definitely. Can't argue with that choice. They're actually taking both camps, with Malthiel going for the siege camp. Everyone else going for the siege camp and bot. All right. Yes, this is actually nice, solid work from Roll1, making sure that they're even in XP actually before the like after the shrine phase. But Roll1 does a great job picking up the kills, as Systematic did not want to retreat there. And you know, they're also making sure that they actually won that fight. I think it looked like 3v4 potentially. So some great play there in getting picks. Making sure that they hit level 10 first.
Let me look. So, ooh, we got Riptire, the taunt from Riptire from Junkrat. We got the taunt.
Oh, there
from
goes the taunt.
Garrosh.
Yep, there's the taunt just because that last rights. And that is a dead Diablo. Yeah, Malthael is just devastating against Diablo, you know. Just the damage based on missing health. Well, Diablo had a lot of souls, so that's yeah, that is the power of, you know, a level 10 advantage going into a fort where you have minions. The fort doesn't protect you guys. The minions are going to be taking all the shots, and you know, just like Roll1 is going to go on over to the keep now.
Kind of funny because Diablo was one soul away from having
Yeah, I can
one.
see that. Yeah, so I mean, actually, you know, that's probably okay, right? Because you're still gonna have like him at like full health for, or like maximum like HP for the next shrine phase, assuming he doesn't get picked off. So that's actually, you know, in the big scheme of things, it's bad, but it's not like the worst. So it's kind of some fun, you know, interactions there.
Yeah.
Well, nice throw, catch an Alarak. Taunt goes out, and that should be another dead Alarak. Yeah, see, I feel like this is just demonstrating, like, you know, why Garrosh is scary, right? Because you can't even walk up to your own walls without getting thrown.
Yeah, if he's close enough, he'll throw you from anywhere.
Right, on the side of Systematic, we have a few ults. We have Apocalypse from Diablo, Horrify, Counter-Strike. Nothing too unusual except for Leap, I think, from Sonya. That should be fun. And a Twilight Dream from Malfurion. Alright, hi chat. I have been reading. It's just that I can hear you. You're yelling in all caps, and I can see that. Oh hey, thanks for the host, Professor Bobo. Glad you could join us. For people joining us from that stream, this is a matchup between B Division West, Roll1 Esports on the blue team, Systematic on the red team. Alright, so the second shrine phase. Looks like Systematic didn't really want to contest that. They were down a whole talent tier, so I can definitely respect that choice. Every time, so I say this a lot, but like every time, like if you're going to give up a shrine, it's probably more advantageous to go with split instead. So the Apocalypse comes out, but there's not really any follow-up here. Yeah, every time you give up a Punisher, you need to get something else in return, right? So like typically that means like soaking all lanes, hoping that you don't get picked by Garrosh like that. Man, Alaric's having a really bad time, but he's just not able to get in there between Garrosh and everything to, you know, get anything done.
At the beginning of this game, I was a little worried about a solo tank Garrosh, but now that I've seen their Garrosh in action, I'm pretty happy with this draft.
Yeah, I mean, definitely leveraging the strength, getting early picks, not, you know, falling to the early lane pressure. So yeah, great job by Roll1. Basically, they're executing their comp like really well, I think. They're doing everything they need to with Garrosh, getting those picks, being able to kind of make sure that they're always fighting, you know, like one. Diablo gets thrown in immediately as both teams scout out his camp. Looks like Systematic. Oh, great Horrify. They just need to do some damage to Garrosh. Malthael isn't here, so it's actually pretty difficult for them to actually kill him. Okay, that's kind of crazy, but yeah, I guess one of the things is if you're focusing Garrosh, you should hopefully have the damage to kill him, and Malthael wasn't, you know, Malthael wasn't there, but Sonya on the side of Systematic wasn't there either, so it's just kind of crazy that they just don't have the damage to bring him down.
Malthael doing what he does best and cleaning up the trash a little bit, and then not to say that Systematic is trash, but like cleaning up the end of the fight and then getting that camp.
Ooh, okay. Well, that wasn't that was an Apocalypse. I'm not sure if that was a misclick or an optimistic engage. So That's gonna be down for a little while. We still don't have ultimate timers, but I can click on them for you guys. That's gonna be down for 80 seconds. So we'll try to keep an eye on that as we go. Gul'dan's gonna have Horrify back up in 2 seconds. Ideally you'd kind of want to have that done with the Apocalypse. Try to like get someone isolated and then just stun everyone so that they can't do anything. But they're down a whole talent here at this point, so see what they can do.
Yeah, things are not looking good for Systematic at this point.
Drink and run with the there's no such thing as overkill. I agree with that. Junkrat's Riptire I think might have been a bit excessive in that pick, but having a little bit of fun. Roll1's just kind of setting up a siege up top. They're not really too concerned with XP at this point, I guess, because they are level 16 to 13. So they're just gonna siege this up, kind of get ready for the shrine, make sure that Systematic can't set up. Instead, it looks like this one is going to be, I don't know, looks like it's, I don't know yet. This is a mortar one, but we have
Arcane Shrine.
Arcane? Okay. Cool. Well, Arcane is definitely one that they would like. Counter Strike goes out, but Last Rites goes out afterwards. Nice Horrify to interrupt all of those abilities, but it was a little bit too late. So that is a 2 for 0 on the side of Roll1 Esports. Looks like Greyman's gonna go over to the top and just kind of, clean that up real fast. Roll1 is going to take down this top fort, and Systematic, I think this is what I was talking about. If you're gonna give up the shrine, you should try to soak in other places, maybe get some picks. Yeah, I like this a lot better than what they did last time. We'll see if they're able to get Malthael here, but can't stop him. He gets unstoppable. I guess that's the definition of unstoppable, but unable to really, hit him down and kill him. Sonya, though, is going to take another shot at Malthael. Gotta be a little careful that he doesn't get caught. Alright, looks like Systematic is going to pick up the camp real quick. They gotta be careful for this invade. Looks like they'll get it in time. Spearman with good roots to prevent any engage. Hey, Murda's hosting the stream as well. Alright, hey guys, welcome to the Roll1 Esports versus Systematic game. This is B Division West. And this is also game 1 of 2 on Infernal Shrines. Let's see, on the quest completion side, Alex completed her Abundance quest a while ago, which means that she now spawns Region Globes. So that adds an additional amount of sustain to the side of Roll1. Punisher looks like it's actually going to take Diablo down, almost does. He's gotta be careful though, because that Arcane one is gonna. Yeah, that was close. Go through throat. It's hard to say fast. Land, but not on Diablo, so we're fine. Oh, that was a good Apocalypse attempt, but it doesn't hit anyone. Nice Twilight Dream from Malfurion. Looks like they're gonna be able to get Malfurion there. Garrosh taunt gets 2 people. Nice Horrify, but it looks like Land's gonna be the only one who survives that fight. That was a fun engage.
And that was probably their last chance to fight before.
I think they almost had it, right? Like, they had all the right tools, but it looked like the Apocalypse didn't quite hit anyone, and the Horrify landed just a little bit after, like, all the abilities were used and 2 people already died. Alright, so that looks like it's going to be game 1 in favor of Roll1 Esports. Alright. Nice work there from Roll1. Alright, I'm gonna pop the stats up for you guys to take a look at. So I don't know, what did you think about that game? I thought it was real solid play from Roll1. I definitely think that Systematic had the draft to kind of deal with Roll1's aggression, but it seemed to me that they got picked off a little bit too much early. And just kind of fell behind and weren't really able to recover as they kept having to give up shrine after shrine.
Yeah, it was definitely a rough game for Systematic because, like, if you look at the stats, it was 20 kills to 5 kills, and that definitely spells a lack of XP contribution from that. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so we are going to take a quick break as we set up the next game. Gonna go ahead and switch the stream over real fast, and we will see you for the next game on Infernal Shrines. On Tomb of the Spider Queen is the next game. That's it. Cool. See you in a bit. Alright, welcome back to Game 2 of the Roll1 Esports versus Systematic Game. Nexus Gaming Series, Division B West. Alright, so last game, Roll1 came out and just kind of dominated on Infernal Shrines. We are now going to Tomb of the Spider Queen, and Systematic is going to show us if they would like to get rid of Garish or not.
Honestly, I mean, yeah, I definitely expected Garage ban at this point because he was a major pain in their behinds last game.
Right, right. Yeah, it's we'll see if we get a respect ban out of this, but I could definitely see it, if they wanted to go for it. Garrosh is still pretty strong on Tomb of the Spider Queen, right? You can do a lot of the same sort of like picks that you got on Infernal Shrines. And it might even be easier, because Spider Queen's a lot smaller and you can pick people in rotation a lot easier. So we'll see if
Give
they
them
think
a
it's
taste of their medicine.
yeah, so we'll see if that's like a something that they would like to remove from side of Roll1. And they do indeed. All right, so already calling out respect ban on the other side. So it looks like Roll1 is going to stick with their StuComp ban. It looks like they just don't want to deal with him at all. I guess if it ain't broke, gotta fix it.
Yeah, now I'm wondering if they're gonna pick up maybe Phoenix or Maiev on systematic side. It's quite possible now that they're both open that they might pick one of them.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, a lot of times, it's interesting just to see how the priority of like Phoenix and Maiev have changed, right? Because I haven't seen too many, Phoenix first picks in recent days. But we get one here, so it looks like Systematic is gonna put their faith in the Dragoon, and they pick up Phoenix.
Now what I'm expecting out of Roll1 is a Varian, because that would be the perfect counter to.
Oh,
So if they
Medivh
take-
Diablo. All right, that's pretty scary. So Medivh has the portals that, as everyone knows, to allow Diablo for some fast engages. Phoenix has to be pretty careful, right? Because like he can't even, if he warps away and Medivh is on top of his portals, then Diablo can just go through and grab him anyway. So that's actually it's not maybe the point and click counter that Varian provides, but it is still dangerous for Phoenix to be out there. And actually, it's dangerous for anyone because you can get to the backline really easily with Medivh.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Personally, I have a lot of respect for them if they can pull off Medivh well, because Medivh is one of my favorites. I don't play him very much, but he's still pretty fun to play.
Yeah, so I don't know if Roll1 has really shown us their Medivh this season yet. So I'm excited. Medivh is always fun to watch. We'll see what Systematic picks up. What do you think these, in the 2 seconds, what do you think they're going to be?
Billy. Blaze Malfurion, though, I can respect that. I'm wondering if they're going to put Blaze on as the solo lane or if they're going to put him as a tank in this case.
Yeah, maybe. Blaze definitely just a solid amount. I think one of the underrated aspects of Blaze's kit is really his self-sustain. Blaze actually puts out some ridiculous healing numbers on himself, which is, with Malfurion, who doesn't have like the huge amount of burst healing, just kind of being able to sustain through everything is a huge asset in these fights. So I do like that pickup.
It's really smart that they took the Malfurion too, because Malfurion and Medivh is a scary combination. You have the sustain healing and the burst damage prevention. So
yeah, definitely. Interesting that they're hovering a Johanna here. It's definitely something that Roll1 could have picked up, I think, if they wanted to, get onto that Phoenix or like, prevent all that auto attack damage from coming out. What do you think Systematic is going to ban in response there?
I think they might ban either Malthael or Sonya, since both would go. Malthael especially would go really well against Blaze in the solo lane.
Oh, there's another host. Wow, thanks guys. Jason Hunt is hosting this. Welcome to the Roll1 Esports versus Systematic game on this Friday night. This is a Division B West game in the Nexus Gaming Series. Glad to have you here. Roll1 is up 1-0 in the series, and we were previously on Infernal Shrines. Now we are on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Taking their time with this band, though. There's a lot of there's a lot of things that Roll1 could go into here. Medivh Diablo are some pretty flexible first picks. So we'll see if they want to do a support choke or if there's a damage that they're afraid about. Yeah, okay. Luther's a good one. So removing that, one of the supports that has a cleanse still in the game, making it easier for Malfurion and Blaze to keep people in one place.
Yeah, but that leaves Malthael open to being picked, which would be very dangerous to Blaze, and he has his own cleanse.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, definitely. We'll see if they go into that. Yeah, I don't really know. We'll see. Let's see. What kind of damage do they want? I wouldn't be surprised actually if they went for Greymane again, just for comfort. But yeah, what do you think about? What do you think would go best with Diablo and Medivh?
I really would not be surprised to see Greymane Malthael here, like for these
The
two
exact same
picks.
two
Like,
picks.
yeah,
That makes sense. I mean,
they,
yeah, it worked before, so we'll see if it works again. All right, there's one. All right, so they're gonna pick up their support. Rhaegar is solid one. Still has that cleanse actually. Provides a great amount of burst healing for anyone with who gets in too deep with ancestral.
Yep, and ancestral heals a lot, so that can save people like that are being bombarded by Phoenix, especially with with Meme Beam or aka Planet Cracker
Mean
or
beam.
Serification Salvo.
Yeah, I love the mean beam. Except when I'm playing against it and you get stuck in a Leo Entomb and then the mean beam is just like on you for a solid like 4 seconds. That always feels bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would expect them to pick up another damage dealer, someone with burst. Phoenix does a decent amount of burst, but I feel like they would want someone to kind of confirm those kills. And then I think the last pick is actually pretty flexible. They could go into another tank, but if they do, that makes it so that Roll1 is more likely to pick Malthael, and we saw how well that worked last game.
Yeah, I'm expecting at least another tank, but I was expecting another Soul Lander to take the place of Blaze because I really don't like Blaze against Malthael.
Yeah, the ETC and Hanzo are the pickups. Hanzo has, just great amounts of just poke damage. So I guess the idea is that you'll poke people down and with just Phoenix and Hanzo and make sure that the front line just like kind of never dies. ETC is an interesting one. Looking at the number of interrupts they have right now for Mosh Pit, if they decide to go with that. So it's only two. It's Diablo and Medivh right now, but depending on what Roll1 wants to go for, they could go Malthael again. Because there are some high health tanks. They go for Thrall instead. Thrall also provides interrupt for ETC with Earth like Sundering. Earthquake's is slow. Sundering if he goes for it. So definitely some tools to be able to deal with that gauge. Thrall's probably going to be the solo laner. Tell me about that matchup between like Thrall and Blaze. Like I haven't actually played Thrall recently. Is that still like an even matchup, or does Blaze just win that easily?
I don't really play Thrall, so I don't really know. I do know they both have self heal and they both can dish out a good amount of damage and can both have good wave clear. I feel like it's going to come down to who gets the stuns or roots off more often and better.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be more of a skill matchup than anything.
Yeah. All right, looking at these drafts, I kind of, I think both of them are pretty solid. We'll see how these team fights go, and who will take game number 2. All right, on the blue side, we have, once again, Roll1 Esports. We have Tops on Greymane, Newborn Matt on Diablo, Zad on Thrall, Velvet on Rhaegar, and I'm sorry I'm going to have to pull up the tab screen because I don't know who's on Medivh. We have Big Beard on Medivh. Blizzard, please make it so that it shows his name when he's in bird form. Alright, and on the right side, we have the red team. Go ahead and introduce us.
Yeah. Systematic on the red team, and we have Yumisuke playing Malfurion, Teabagme playing Blaze, Inso playing Hanzo, Jnuts playing ETC, and Chilton39 playing Phoenix.
Alright. Team's moving out to the mid lane once again. I'm going to pop up the talents for you guys. Doesn't look like anything too unusual here. Echo of the Elements on Thrall, so not, our typical Chain Lightning one.
Personally, I'm surprised this is target practice. I usually see a Redemption at line level of play.
Yeah. Teams just kind of feeling each other out right here. I expect them to go to lanes pretty quick. Yep, looks like Zad's already going down there. Blaze is already down there. Not too much experience missed on the side of both teams. Kind of feeling each other out again. No one willing to take any early game risk. Interesting. I think that looks like a power slide on Diablo. I think Diablo's going to use the charge to get out. Now ETC is in a little bit too deep. He might go down, but does not due to the healing from Malfurion and his own self-sustain. Nice attempt. But yeah, as I was saying, it's I'm not actually sure who has the better wave clear. It looks like these teams are actually like pretty like evenly matched in that respect. So I don't know if anyone's gonna get ahead too far from just doing the typical like 4-man rotations. Okay, not much happening right now, guys. Oh, Diablo isn't for charge. Another power slide by ATC. The roots were there, trying to prevent Diablo from escaping. He walks back into the portal and gets away safely.
It looks like in the bot lane that Blaze is losing that matchup, mostly because he appears to be missing most of his stuns.
Yeah, that was a great root by Thrall. Yeah, that matchup's still, you know, I don't know if that matchup's really gonna go anywhere. No, we'll see. Up in top, looks like Greymane is trying to do some scouting for a gank. Doesn't look like Systematic's gonna really give him a chance. Nice power slide on the Greymane, but not as much power slide damage. Now ETC finds himself thrown by Diablo and tries to walk away, which he does so again. Looks like Systematic's gonna hit level 4. You know, it looks like they're gonna hit level 4 right around the same time, as both teams are making sure to pick up all the minion waves in their lanes. We have the talent picks. Nothing too unusual yet. Teams, they're playing that a lot more safely this game, which is kind of funny because like I feel like they should have played this way when Garrosh was against them, and I guess they're feeling really burned on the side of Systematic from that last game and just don't want to get caught out like they did in the previous game. But, you know, I can definitely understand.
Yeah, it could swing either way at this point, though. Like, either team could start feeling a bit more comfortable or cocky or whatever.
Yep, it looks like, oh, Hanzo is just going to jump over the wall. Diablo didn't hit him into the wall, so, you know, just leaps over into safety.
Thrall nearly. Oh, Thrall's in there. Now it just switched.
So Phoenix went down to try to gank Thrall. That was not successful. Blaze getting out with 400 HP. So nicely timed by Phoenix to come help out. That's got to be careful, just, you know, due to the range from Phoenix. Diablo trying to set up a gank on Phoenix. See how well that works. Phoenix is able to teleport out in time. No, he does not. He actually gets stunned and thrown back. It looks like Phoenix is actually going to go down for the first kill of the game.
It was a pretty good gank by Diablo.
That was real good. Diablo timed the throw like basically exactly at the time when Phoenix wanted to escape. Like the warp was cast at the exact same time. So
yeah, I feel like he was trying to save it, but then got impatient, but then timed it perfectly right on accident.
Right. Great, you know, heads up play by Diablo to, you know, make sure that Phoenix doesn't get away. Maybe a little bit of luck, you know, interrupting it exactly, but still good nonetheless. During that, Blue got the first Web Weaver turn-in. They're going to hit level 7 shortly, and we'll see what they're able to pick up here. They look like they're pushing in the mid lane, with Thrall again staying bot to deal with Blaze. BGC gets thrown back, but again, he has power slide to safety, power slide to safety. Yeah, Roll1 just sieging up on this mid lane fort. Trying to get another pick on ETC, but he does the exact same thing and just power slides to safety. Ooh, an aggressive teleport by Phoenix, trying to get Rhaegar on the back. So interesting. I think it looks like Roll1 managed to get all of the walls. I don't know if they really got too much else out of that. We're gonna try to get ETC again. We'll see if, you know, power slides up, but instead he just kind of walks away. Let's check in with the bot lane. Roll and Blaze are still going at it. Very exciting.
I don't know. I'm enjoying watching this matchup. It's a good learning experience.
Yeah. Cool. All right, it seems posturing up again. Systematic trying to get their first turn, but Malf didn't face check the bush, or Malf face checked the bush, didn't use his Moonfire to scout. but nothing really happens. Team wasn't quite in position. Roll1 wasn't quite in position to capitalize on that. You know, just, you know, if you don't see the team on the map, just throw a Moonfire in their mouth. It only costs 3 seconds. Going in for the stun on Greymane. Is Medivh going to be able to protect him for long enough as the rest of the team gets there? Looks like yes. As the ETC goes down instead. Great turn by Roll1. Falindrith as well. Yeah, Medivh has completed his Master's Touch stack, so those are doing a lot more damage than, you know, Manic would like. Thundering comes out, but Thrall falls to the fort as the...
Blaze makes it out with about 200 health.
Yep.
So.
A little unfortunate in that, you know, Thrall fell there, but it looked like that he got a little bit ahead of the minion wave and, you know, kind of died to that. It happens. It's probably fine. You know, level 10 versus 9. Systematic needs to make up like a few gems because they dropped that in that, you know, quick dive under the tower. Going for a pick on Diablo. He needs to be careful he doesn't get thrown. Going for a toss on Hanzo. Nothing's really happening there. He's just sort of disengaging. Roll1 doesn't look like they quite want to pick a fight, but they might turn since they have the ult advantage. Nope, they're just playing it safe, soaking all lanes. The Thrall has Earthquake back in 15 seconds. Yeah, well, it does have Apocalypse. I wouldn't be surprised to see it now. Yep, there it is. Doesn't land on anyone, but definitely separates ETC from the rest of the team. He goes down, but it doesn't look like they'll get anything else from that.
It looks like Blaze did manage to turn in his like 30-some gems.
Did, but in the back of the Medivh portals, getting a Diablo right next to Hanzo. They get a nice pick there. Yeah, scary stuff. Yeah, looks like
now blue team, it looks like they're almost able to turn. Well, they're able to turn in, but
yes.
it looks like they're not going to yet.
Yeah, I don't know if they... Oh yeah, it looks like Greymane was just picking him up because Thrall was busy in the mid lane. So they're going to do that turn in now. Systematic has their level 10 ult, or level 10s. We have Bunker on Blaze. We have, what's that icon? Purification Salvo on Phoenix, still getting used to his icons. We have a Mosh Pit on ECC, Twilight Dream on Falindrith, and Dragon's Arrow. So, you know, Systematic could get, you know, the legendary Dragon's Arrow Mosh engage. I'm hoping to see, you know, some good Mosh Pits there. And there goes one right now.
Greymane dives right in.
Oh, Medivh actually went for Polybomb instead of Leyline, so that gets immediately interrupted. Phoenix comes in with the Purification Salvo, and Falindrith and Medivh go down. EGC goes down as well from one last auto attack from Greymane. Great engage there. That was a pretty good you know, mosh pit, but I think he needs to get like 3 of those people. He needs to get Medivh, Diablo, and Thrall in the mosh pit to execute it safely. So that gets, you know, interrupted really quickly by Medivh. I guess he went Polybomb instead of Leyline just so that, you know, it's all basically always available when he goes in for a mosh pit. You know, basically being like a Brightwing, but AoE at that point. And Roll1's going to continue pushing in with their Webweaver on the top. That Webweaver is going to fall soon, so it looks like they're going to make their retreat safely. And just kind of portal over to the mid lane. There's another one of the advantages that Medivh provides, just being able to very quickly rotate to different lanes, and they clean up the walls there.
Looks like they're, yep. And Phoenix is scouting that out. That's smart.
Yep. Purification Salvo comes out, gets me hit 4 people again. Nice root spell on Furion, gets thundering by Thrall to kind of try to disrupt that. Dragon's Arrow goes out on Medivh, but it looks like it's a little bit only going to hit one person. It's not going to save Blaze there. Phoenix trying to get away. Thrall is chasing. Let's see it. I think he's probably dead. Yeah,
yep.
There he goes. Roll1, having won that team fight, is just going to push with that mercenary camp over in the mid lane. Looks like they're going to keep kind of no questions asked. We'll see if they make their retreat. I believe Mosh Pit is up, Dragon's Arrow is down, Twilight Dream is up, and Bunker is up as well.
Meanwhile, they're on the bot lane, picking up that fort. You know, without Phoenix there to push back the wave, you know, there's not really anything stopping Thrall from getting free damage. This is such a problem for Systematic though, because they're down like 4 levels and they still don't quite have enough for a turn-in. So it looks like they're going to be trying to soak the lanes again and try to get a turn-in and hope to get the game going back in their favor.
Yeah, I am kind of worried because this is the same thing that happened last game. They ended up a whole talent tier down.
That's a really
3
good
more
point. I was
levels.
just about to say that. But yes, it is exactly. They find themselves basically in the same position that they were in last game, basically unable to take an objective, and just kind of having to play kind of slow and safe. Nothing really wrong with that. You know, hopefully they would get some picks, but it looks like Roll1 is they're up a talent tier, being really aggressive. Diablo teleporting to the middle of that. Apocalypse going out, thundering, hitting everyone, interrupting the purification salvo. Actually, Mosh Pit goes down. Furion is an ice block. He's gonna probably come out, maybe do a Twilight Dream. Nope, not. All right, Rhaegar goes down during all that chaos, as does ETC. Purification salvo goes out for real this time. Nicely timed, but doesn't quite manage to take Greymane down. That was actually super cool. The Purification salvo went out right after bmeduho's Protect expired. Nice pick on Thrall from Hanzo. See if Phoenix is able to teleport away, and he does. I believe that was an even trade. Maybe it was a 2-for-1. If I'm looking
It
at
looks
this
like it
right.
was a 2-for-1.
Yeah. So that was some
Blaze
nice work.
almost died, but he didn't. Like he managed to back out in time.
That was a good bunker. That was some really nice work by Systematic actually to like avoid the Roll1 engage down a talent tier. Maybe they're able to pick up Diablo here. Doesn't look like it. He is full souls, so he's not going down anytime soon. Cool. All right, we'll see what Systematic is able to pick up here. The Web Weavers are starting, you know, back at their keep, so it's going to be a little tough. Hopefully they're able to get enough experience off of the walls and lane minions to get back to level 16 and fight on even talent tiers.
Yeah, hopefully they... It doesn't look like they're trying to really soak much though with these Web Weavers for the minions, which is... I kind of feel like is a bit of a mistake.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to pick a fight immediately again. Twilight Dream goes off as the Sundering. Everyone's still kind of fine though. Purification salvo goes out. It's 4 people.
Except one of them was protected, aka bmeduho.
Yeah, but I think I agree. I think you're right. I would have liked to see them, you know, kind of try to get the experience as the Web Weavers pushed out, because they definitely missed, you know, quite a bit in the bot lane and the mid lane as you know the waves got pushed out. They get level 16 anyway. No one actually going down in that little skirmish, so we'll see what they want to do. At this point, ultimates should be back up except for Purification salvo. Trying to check real quick. My Dream is still down for a little while. Thundering is down for another 23 seconds. bmeduho, of course, is Polybomb. Alright, Roll1 has enough for a turn-in. They're going to go ahead and take this mercenary camp. Yep, Roll1 collects their bruisers. Looks like they're looking to set up. Systematic is scouting out Roll1, trying to prevent them from getting in. Nice separation on the 2 Thrall, but the Thundering
That was
takes
a nice
ETC
ancestral.
down. Yes, it was. Real nice work by Rhaegar to keep Thrall from going down there. Now they're just chasing. Seeing if they can get Malfurion. I think they can, yeah, they can just burst him down. That is a bye-bye Malfurion.
Yeah, that go for the throat is brutal.
Yeah. Phoenix scouting out that camp, but he can't really do much. Only 1 Phoenix.
I think he's mostly trying to get stacks on his level 1 quest at this point.
This could be game, actually, Med. Like you see, Greymane is actually going for the turn-in here, and they're pushing with a double bruiser camp. So if Systematic staggers deaths here, this might actually be the entire game.
Yeah, it's quite possible. Like, as long as they play it right, this could end.
I think it looks like it's going
yeah,
to.
it's going down really fast.
Those camps are just melting it. Gonna go maybe for the last minute mosh pit, but it gets instantly interrupted by Meduho's Polybomb. The Apocalypse comes out, but it looks like all the elements are being used in the last ditch attempt to save the core. But in the end, Roll1 Esports goes up 2-0 versus Systematic. Alright, cool. Go ahead and put the stats up. Alright, so yeah, I think Systematic had some good comeback potential there. Actually, managing to win a fight, I think I would say, down a talent tier, despite the Diablo going in for the engage. And yeah, I mean, what did you think?
I think it could have gone either way at the beginning, but as they got farther and farther behind, it became less of a possibility until Roll1 started engaging when they didn't need to, and then they had a chance for comeback, but they kind of didn't. Roll1 realized what they were doing and got back on track, in my opinion. I feel like there was a chance, but they realized it quick enough that they didn't let it ripen enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, alright, okay. So I'm gonna check in with the teams to see if they would like to do an interview real quick. Sorry, the chat window is clipping into the stats there. I'll leave the talents up as we get that organized, but I'm going to mute myself. We'll be right back, hopefully. We'll see if they want to do an interview. Alright, go get that set up. Alright, we are back. Let's see, Velvet, you there?
Hello.
Hey, cool. So, tell us a bit about those last two games. They were, I think, very clean for the most part. Just kind of playing very standard, very safe, and keeping your opponent from really getting from coming back in those games. So, yeah, tell me about how the last game went.
I mean, pretty smoothly for us. One of the things we've been working on as a group, just to have fun with the game in general, is getting our drafts to feel more confident and comfortable. So we're not always focused on getting like the HGC pro tier picks, but we often focus on at least getting as top tier as we can while staying within a player's comfort zone.
Mhm.
And then on top of that, communication has been our biggest thing we've worked on over the past while.
Yeah, I think it definitely showed. The Medivh pick, I think worked out really well. You can definitely see the communication. This is actually one of the fights I wanted to ask about, where you guys took the portal into the middle of the opposing team. I think you guys actually gave up 2 kills there, but it looked like it was very coordinated. Like, tell me what the using Medivh as an example, like
Okay.
how the comms are there.
So essentially, I'm secondary shot caller. Zad calls out his laning position and any cleanup he's going to do throughout the entire game. So he'll always call when he's leaving, and it's just up to him. He'll just say, "I'm leaving," and he'll go somewhere. And then Matt will call out the primary positions that we're going to move to as a team and picks that he's looking for. So I think it was Matt and then Zad on top of that called out, let's collapse on them. And then Beard, of course, called out, okay, I have portal. And we've done this a couple times, so we tried it. The mistake was Beard blew poly. He knew it as soon as he had said it. Like, he said it right as soon as we started losing people. He blew poly before Mosh, and if he had saved it for Mosh, we would have turned to the fight. So it was a good engage. It didn't execute the way we'd wanted it to.
Yeah, cool. But yeah, overall, that was a really solid game. Tell me a little bit about game 1. So bmeduho and I were a little skeptical of Garrosh, but it looked like you were able to get the picks that you wanted basically consistently. So tell us a bit about how that game went.
So we think Garrosh is a top tier tank, S tier. In fact, we think teams there's a reason he gets drafted in HGC so often, and we have a player who likes Garrosh and of course other tanks, but So we figure we'll put him on it until people start banning it, and then that's okay because it's not his only tank. So, and it happened last week too. So we were kind of laughing about the respect ban coming in again.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Bennett?
Well, I was just gonna say, yeah, I was skeptical of him being a solo tank, but once I saw how good your garage player was, knowing when to pick off the enemy by throwing them into you guys, it was your garage player is pretty good.
He's really good, and one of the things we've been working on a lot between him and me, just as a support and tank duo, we've been trying a lot to try to rein in aggression. So depending on what healer I'm on, I try to make sure he's not taking too much poke or not enough too much free damage, basically.
Right.
So any damage he takes should be intentionally taken, so that I know how much healing output or throughput I need to be able to do as a support.
Awesome.
And it's fun. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. And honestly, like sometimes things just work, and it's great. So we just have fun with it.
Cool. Yeah, that's actually pretty awesome because like I know I play a lot of support, so definitely when the tank is taking too much damage for no reason, it definitely makes your life a lot more difficult.
Yeah, that can be fun. But I don't have that problem with Matt ever. He's usually really good about not taking free poke or anything. So
awesome. Cool. Ben, do you have any last questions for Velvet here?
Not really. Actually, well, he's not in here, so I was gonna ask, how is your Thrall player your main solo? Zad, or
yes.
Zad, is he your main solo lane player?
Yeah. We have very specific roles set out for the players, just because everyone finds it a lot easier to practice because we don't have as much time to play. Most of us have pretty significant real life stuff, so that way we can minimize how much practice time we need. So that is our solo laner. Matt's our tank. Beard is our flex player, but he has like a specific set of flex heroes listed out. It's pretty lengthy though. Beard has played enough in the past, so. And then Tops is recently our ranged player. He used to be a support player, so.
Well, I just asked because as a solo lane player myself, were you guys expecting him to be laning against the Blaze at first? Because like that, I've never really seen that matchup very much, so I was wondering how that would go at the beginning.
Yeah, Thrall can do okay into a Blaze. It's an even trade up, and it's partially a skill matchup. And Zad's pretty confident in certain matchups. Like he feels, and honestly, I don't know much about the matchups myself. I'm not a solo laner, obviously. So if Zad calls out that he thinks he can do something, I'll let him do it. It's his call on solo lane. And then just like if I want to draft a support, the other guys will say, okay, that's what we're drafting because I called for it. So it's a lot of trust. We're not worried too much about trying to win. We just want to have good games. That's every game is about having a good game, not about trying to win or go to the playoffs or anything like that.
That's what everybody should want. Yeah.
I hear you.
We're here to have fun. I wanted to give a special shout out to the captain of Systematic, actually, because we worked really hard to try to get this game to happen. There was a lot of scheduling conflicts back and forth between the two teams, so I was really happy that he was able to come out and he got a sub in, I think, actually. So they didn't play with their main 5-man too. So I'm really respectful and happy that they were able to do that, and I hope we can play them again another time. So
cool, sounds great. Any other shout outs that you'd like to give?
You guys won't understand this, but anybody who's in the Fogey League big shout out to them for coming out, and I know they were probably I didn't check, but I know they were probably in Twitch chat going crazy. And
there are a bunch of all caps messages at the beginning, so
that would definitely be my guys. So big shout out to probably D-Rec, Poe.
Oh yeah, he's in there.
Unaverted, Kendo, a bunch of those guys, really fun guys, good guys. Big shout out to you guys, the casters, and NGS for a great league. It's been fantastic playing here, and I look forward to more.
Cool, thank you.
Oh, and of course to my team. Yeah.
I can't forget them.
No, can't forget those guys. They're cool.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Cool. All right, Benet. Thanks everyone for tuning in for this match. Roll1 Esports versus Systematic. Roll1 takes the series 2-0 in a very decisive fashion. So keep an eye on the Division B West rankings to update. Huge thanks to Bmed for being my co-caster, and for the casters of NGS actually for hosting my channel. Just it's kind of amazing to see everyone come in, and hope you had a good time. Bmed, any last shoutouts, or where can people find you if they want to know?
I'm always in the NGS Discord. I'm like online 24/7. So
All right. Talk to Bmed. They're lonely. No, it's fine. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much again for co-casting with me, and hope to see you again sometime soon.
yeah, I'm hoping I can maybe co-cast with you again. So hopefully we have some fun tonight.
Yeah, well, I
Stuff,
definitely did.
so.
So, all right, guys, good night. I think there's a few
Good
more
night.
games happening tonight if you're gonna tune in. Check the NGS, I think what is it called on Twitch? The community, the Nexus Gaming Series community on Twitch for future games. See you later.